What a load of shit from Manchester United. 2 points thrown away to basically all but end any chance of getting into Europe. It looks like Manchester United, we may scrape into the Europa League conference, but we're not going to get in the Champions League or Europa League this season. They're pretty much gone for Manchester United after horrendous performance from Manchester United in parts of this game. They've seen us squander a 2-goal lead. When Manchester United were on top in that first half, we couldn't put the game to bed, which is what Manchester United have failed to do so many times under Ralph Rangnick. Today we haven't done that again, and we've been poor in most games under Ralph Rangnick, to be honest. I don't see any difference between Rangnick and under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, to be honest. I really don't. I've said this for a few weeks. I don't think this guy is up to the job for Manchester United, but I was willing to give him an opportunity. But to be honest, the season's dead now anyway. We're not going to finish in that Champions League spot. We're not even going to get a Europa League spot, which is a concern, because if you end up in that Europa League conference, then it is not a competition Manchester United want to be in. But are these players, some of these players, good enough to play even in the Europa League? I'm not too sure, to be honest, because some of these players have really let Manchester United down this season really badly. And whether I'm not even sure if some of these are going to make it at Manchester United. I'm really not. There was a bit of positivity that Alanga had a decent game today for Manchester United, but I'm just being honest. I'm not. I mean, it's nice to see him start this game, and I know a lot of people have got a lot of hype around Alanga, but he's not that much younger than Mason Greenwood. And is he really going to make it at Manchester United? I'm not sure if he is. But a lot of these other players, obviously, we know Cavani's going to leave. Poor today for Manchester United. I mean, Greenwood's so wasteful for Manchester United. I mean, everyone complaining. I'm seeing comments online about the fact that he's so greedy. And he's got a lot to learn, because at this moment in time he has not been good enough for Manchester United this season. He's been, by and large, very shit. And his goal scoring record this season has been absolutely abysmal. He hasn't scored in fucking ages. And if he wants to make it at Manchester United, he's going to really have to step his game up more than he is. If he wants to have a future at Manchester United, he really does, because otherwise he's going to go down the path of that of Rashford and Martial, who are on the verge of leaving Manchester United, because their performances have been so shit this season. But I mean, when we went 2-0 up, I thought Manchester United would probably see the game out. We got that second goal in the second half from the run of play, but both goals for Manchester United have been given to us on a fucking plate today. The first one was a horrendous mistake by the keeper. Second one, bad play from Aston Villa, and then we've let them back in with 2 goals. Which basically means the season is finished in terms of the Premier League for Manchester United this year. Ralph Rangnick's come in and not been able to change anything in order to get Manchester United closer to that top 4. He hasn't done. And if we were playing as bad as we played under Ralph Rangnick against the likes of Liverpool, Manchester City, Chelsea, Arsenal, we would get absolutely fucking ripped to shreds. We really would, because we just aren't good enough. We really are not good enough as a team. Midfield is so poor. There is so much to hate about this team, and it is concerning for me, because I just don't see how much. I mean, there is so much work for the new manager to fucking do next season, that I don't know if he's going to be able to do enough to turn this around to get Manchester United back challenging for the top 4 next season. Because a lot of these players, to me, most of these players this season, you could name so many of these players, the likes of Sancho, Rashford, Greenwood, Scott McTominay most of the season, you know, Fred most of the season, Matic most of the season, a lot of these, Maguire, all of these do not look Manchester United level quality players this season. They don't. Cavani's even been poor, but he's going to leave Manchester United. So many of these players do not look Manchester United level quality this season, which is such a concern for me, because we can't get rid of all these players. We just can't. And he keeps picking most of them week in, week out. We're not changing the lineup that much. I mean, he left it till so late before he made the substitutions today. It looked like the game was going in Villa's way when we were only 1-0 up. When we got that second goal, I thought we'd probably got the cushion enough to see it off, but really shit from Manchester United. And I just can't wait for this season to end, so that something maybe. But I don't see anything changing next season. I really don't. Regardless of who the manager is, I think he's just got too much of an impossible job. But I still just cannot wait for this season to end. So maybe it cannot be as bad next season. But this is definitely been Manchester United's worst ever season in terms of being in the Premier League. It really has. It's been an absolute disaster from minute one from basically about the third of few games into the season till now. It's been absolutely atrocious. And whereas some people can see maybe a few positives in that first half, but overall Manchester United are just absolutely rat shit under this guy. And I think it is a bit of both, to be honest. I think the manager has got to take some responsibility, but the players have got to take some as well, because they've now been dog shit under two managers, let two managers down. So it is what it is, but to sort this mess out could take millions for Manchester United. It really could, which is worrying, and it's not going to be all sorted out in one transfer window. This is going to be something that's going to be had to be done over 3 or 4 summers or 3 or 4 transfer windows. And will you get the time to do that? Because next season is going to be a challenge. We're going to have to challenge to get back into that top 4, which is going to be hard for Manchester United. It really is. It's going to be a real slug to try and get into that top 4 next season, and that's going to be the challenge for the next manager. And whether that's going to be enough for a manager, because the expectations at Manchester United are so high, it remains to be seen. But just for someone to get this group of players, to bring some players in and get Manchester United back into that top 4 next season is going to be a really difficult task for any manager. You could bring the likes of Jurgen Klopp, Pep Guardiola, Thomas Tuchel, any of these in, and it's going to be a real slug to get Manchester United just back in that top 4. With the level that we're seeing from these players, it is really poor for Manchester United. And I'm very, I've got angry at times and that, but some of these players are just not good enough for Manchester United, and it is obvious that. And getting angry about it, that is, some of them, maybe it's just not their fault. Maybe Greenwood's just not been good enough. Maybe we hyped him up too much and he's not actually good enough to play for this club. Maybe Cavani's legs have gone and he's just not good enough anymore. The likes of Fred, McTominay, Rashford, just not good enough for Manchester United anymore. Maybe it's not all the manager's fault and the players are just no longer good enough. But we will have to wait and see when a new manager comes in, because he certainly hasn't got the best out of this group, I don't think. I think it is fair to say they could go up a level, but even one level wouldn't even be good enough to, because we're not even challenging for the top 4 now. We're falling way behind that top 4 challenge. We really are. Even the likes of West Ham are way further ahead of us than we should be. They're probably going to be quite a few points clear of us. We've got the likes of Spurs, Arsenal, just way ahead of Manchester United. And we won't finish any higher than 7th, I'm pretty sure of that, because we've been 7th for a while now. Anyway, I don't really know what else to say, because it's just shit from Manchester United. It really is. To squander a 2-goal lead against this load of fucking shit that are below mid-table, just not good enough. It really isn't for Manchester United. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Smash that like button, smash the share button, smash the subscribe button wherever you're watching it, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.